You are the data. The invisible system you never agreed to is already here. Before we start, I need you to do something unusual. If you care about truth, real truth, not the filtered version, you need to pay attention to this entire video. Because what you're about to hear, most people scroll past. So here's the deal. Watch until the end. Don't skip. Don't assume. And if at any point something here makes you pause, even for a second, hit like immediately. Because that tells the algorithm. This is something people need to see. And one more thing. Comment "I'm watching" right now. So I know you're here and paying attention. Let's begin. Stop scrolling. What you're about to hear isn't comfortable, but necessary. Technology promised empowerment and freedom. Yet, you've been told power today is decentralized. That technology empowers the individual. That innovation is freedom. But what if the opposite is true? The tools you rely on, your phone, your apps, your digital identity, are quietly building a system that knows you better than you know yourself. Worse, it doesn't just observe you, it can use you. Stay with me. Because at the end of this video, you will learn steps you can do to counter this unsuspecting predator. Because today, we're breaking down a controversial but increasingly discussed idea, highlighted by investigative journalist Whitney Webb, that the world has moved beyond traditional blackmail and into something far more efficient, far more scalable, and far more dangerous. Well, part 1. The old system versus the new system. Let's start with something familiar. The name Jeffrey Epstein. For years, Epstein represented a disturbing idea that powerful individuals could be compromised through carefully orchestrated situations, recorded, documented, stored, used later. Classic blackmail. But here's the uncomfortable question. Why would anyone still rely on that model today? Think about it. It's risky. It's expensive. It requires coordination, secrecy, and physical presence. And most importantly, it leaves evidence. Now compare that to a world where nearly every human interaction is digitized. Your messages, your searches, your purchases, your location, your patterns. According to whistleblowers like Edward Snowden, mass data collection isn't hypothetical. It's documented. Part 2. The rise of digital leverage. Because the conversation isn't just about governments anymore. It's about the blurred line between public power, private corporations, and something in between. Take companies like Palantir Technologies. On paper, it's a private tech firm, deeply connected to national security institutions. That's not speculation. That's documented history. Figures like Peter Thiel helped build systems designed to aggregate massive datasets, not just organize them, but analyze them, predict behavior, identify patterns, and potentially flag risks. Now pause. Because here's the shift. We're no longer talking about collecting information. We're talking about interpreting human behavior at scale. And once behavior becomes predictable, it becomes influenceable. Let me ask you something honestly. If someone had access to your private messages, your search history, your financial habits, your personal weaknesses, could they influence your decisions? Or worse, control them? Drop your answer in the comments. Because this is where the conversation stops being theoretical and starts becoming personal. And here's where it becomes uncomfortable. Because this isn't just about them anymore. This includes you. Every time you accept cookies without reading. Every time you give an app full access to your contacts, your microphone, your camera. Every time you trade privacy for convenience, you are voluntarily feeding the system that could one day be used against you. Not necessarily by one person, not even by one government, but by any structure that gains access to that data. The danger isn't just surveillance. The danger is centralized insight. When enough information about you is gathered, organized, and analyzed, it stops being data and starts becoming leverage. Part 3. The public-private merge. There's a phrase you need to understand. Public-private partnership. Sounds harmless, right? Efficient, collaborative, modern. But in practice, it creates something unusual. A system where governments can access data indirectly. Corporations can act with government-level influence. And accountability becomes blurry. When a government agency collects your data directly, there are supposed to be legal limits. But when a private company does it, different rules. Now imagine both working together. Not officially, but functionally. That's the concern many analysts are raising. Not that one entity is in control, but that multiple powerful entities are aligned. And this is where accountability begins to disappear. Because when something goes wrong, when data is abused, when decisions are made based on flawed algorithms, when people are flagged, restricted, or quietly monitored, who do you hold responsible? The government can say, that's a private company. The company can say, we're just following government guidelines. And in that gray area between the two, responsibility dissolves. No clear answer. No clear accountability. Just a system that continues operating, regardless of who gets affected. Part 4. The personalities versus the system. Let's talk about perception. People love personalities. They follow innovators like Elon Musk. They admire disruptors. They trust founders. And to be clear, this isn't about attacking individuals. It's about understanding systems. Because focusing only on personalities can distract from something bigger. Infrastructure. You don't need to control people directly, if you can shape the systems they depend on. Think about that. The platform you use to communicate. The algorithms that shape what you see. The data pipelines that process your behavior. These aren't neutral. They are designed. Well, Part 5. The future prediction or control. Now we reach the most controversial part. Predictive systems. Some call it innovation. Others call it efficiency. But critics ask a deeper question. At what point does prediction become prejudgment? If a system can flag someone as a risk based on patterns, what happens next? More surveillance? Or limited access? Algorithmic decisions. We're entering territory where technology doesn't just respond to reality. It starts shaping it. Power rarely removes freedom all at once. It doesn't arrive loudly. It doesn't announce itself as control. It adapts. It evolves. It disguises itself as progress. And the most effective systems are the ones people willingly participate in, because they believe it benefits them. That's what makes this moment different. Not necessarily more evil, but more subtle. Because the line between help and control is no longer obvious. And once that line disappears, people don't resist. They comply, thinking it was their choice all along. So, here's where we land. This isn't about fear. It's about awareness. Because the future won't arrive as something forced on you. It will be offered as something faster, smarter, more convenient. And the real question is, will you question it? Or will you accept it? People should do 3 things. Wake up, reduce dependence, and organize. First, wake up mentally. People need to stop treating convenience as harmless. Free apps, smart devices, digital wallets, biometric systems, and algorithm-driven platforms are not just tools. They can also become channels of control if used without limits. So people should question what they use, what they give away, and what they normalize. Second, reduce dependence digitally. That means using stronger privacy habits. Limit what you post online. Use 2-factor authentication. Separate personal, financial, and public accounts. Avoid putting your whole life into one platform. Be careful with face scans, voice prints, and unnecessary app permissions. Keep important records offline too, not only in the cloud. Third, organize in the real world. A population that only complains online is easy to manage. People need real communities, real conversations, real local networks, families, churches, neighborhoods, and independent groups need to rebuild trust outside giant platforms. The more isolated people are, the easier they are to manipulate. Fourth, demand accountability. People should pressure leaders, lawmakers, journalists, and institutions to clearly answer questions about surveillance, data sharing, predictive policing, censorship coordination, and public-private control systems. Not vague promises, clear answers. Fifth, stop worshiping powerful personalities. A billionaire is not your savior. A politician is not your protector just because he says the right slogans. A tech founder is not automatically a liberator because he acts rebellious online. People need to judge systems by results, not branding. Finally, build personal resilience. Learn skills. Save money where possible. Reduce debt. Strengthen faith, discipline, and critical thinking. A strong, grounded, self-controlled person is much harder to intimidate, manipulate, or socially engineer. So in plain English, be less naive, be less dependent, be harder to track, harder to pressure. If this made you think even a little differently, share this video. Because awareness only spreads if people are willing to see. Subscribe if you want more content that challenges the surface and digs into what's underneath. And remember, you're not just living inside these systems. You're helping shape them. The only question left is, who are they really serving? Let me leave you with this. The most powerful systems in the world don't force control. They normalize it. They don't demand obedience. They design convenience. And the one question is no longer, is this happening? The real question is, will you recognize it when it matters? If this video made you think even a little differently, don't keep it to yourself. Share this with someone who needs to see it. Drop your thoughts below. I read them. Like the video to push this conversation further. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. Because this isn't just content. This is awareness. And awareness is the one thing no system can fully control.